Hello everyone and welcome to Mr.MoFranchise. It's week 16 and the Jaguars will be traveling to Atlanta to take on Matt Ryan and the Falcons as we near the end of the season. As far as how long this game will be played, I rolled a 7, so this will be a full game with 7-minute quarters. As far as the effect of winning or losing this game, I rolled a 4, so this loss is going to affect just 5 with the media. Plus 5 or minus 5, depending if we win or lose. As far as scouting goes, had much better results this week. We get to scout 13 different boxes to unlock. And the week 16 random event says, Offensive Coordinator Assessment. Your offensive coordinator's rating is being modified by your team's points per game average. The effects are as follows. So you had to look at the points per game ranking that we had, and that's going to impact the overall rating that the offensive coordinator has. Well, I looked at it, and it's not good. Our Jaguars are averaging 14.6 points per game, which, yep, you guessed it, that's ranked dead last at number 32. Just to give you some perspective, the next worst team was the Seahawks at 17.3. Not good. Therefore, my offensive coordinator, Mendoza, who, if you remember last week, actually went from a C to a C+, has dropped 3 levels down from a C+ to a D+. Not good. Alright, before we take it to the action in Atlanta, let's take a look at last week's Player of the Week for defense. The Jacksonville Jaguars and Josh Allen with those 10 tackles and the 4 sacks. Good job, Josh Allen. Something else I'd like to show you is the upgrade of the players before the Atlanta game. With Josh Allen getting Player of the Week, that's going to give him another upgrade, which we're going to put in the run stopper. What I was pleased about with this upgrade is it gave him 2 to pursuit, and I like that 1 to strength. That's a good thing for Josh Allen to get. It didn't raise his overall number, but I like that +1 to strength. Alright, well, let's go ahead and show you one more thing. We talked about the stats and how my points per game. Look at the Jaguars there. 14.6 points per game. Notice the next team, Seahawks, a couple points better. Our offense is anemic. So, that anemic offense will be traveling to Atlanta to take on Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons are probably out of the playoffs with a 6-8 record. Wild card is highly unlikely at this point. So really, these two teams are playing for pride and for draft positioning. We've got the Jaguars and the Falcons here in Atlanta. The fireworks going here in Atlanta is, even though they're not probably going to make the playoffs, the fans are still excited here to see their hometown Atlanta Falcons. Kickoff is starting now. And this ball is going to be taken out by Ozigbo. He's going to take it out to the 22-yard line. And that's where the Jaguars will start. Let's take a look at the stat line for their starting quarterback, Gardner Minshew II. 2,500 yards passing, 11 touchdowns to 21 interceptions. Not a good ratio, but he has been playing better lately. So let's pick it up here. 1st and 10 from the 21. Minshew under center, drops back to pass. And he is going to be sacked. In comes Alan Bailey, left end for the Falcons. Number 93. Let's watch the replay. I'm sure Minshew's having nightmares of Joey Bosa's day. He is sent hard down to the ground. We've said that a lot this year with Gardner Minshew, and he has taken a lot of beatings. Give the man credit. He gets back up and keeps playing. And there's another sack, and it's a fumble. Once again, Alan Bailey with the 2nd sack of the game. There's only been 2 plays, and he has 2 sacks and a forced fumble. Fortunately, the Jaguars recover. Let's watch the replay. Once again, Alan Bailey just comes through, strips the ball from Minshew. Fortunately, the Jaguars' offensive lineman was there to grab it. I believe that was Mahone that picked it up. And that's going to make it 3rd and mile for the Jaguars. Minshew back to pass. It's going to be a screen. And who is there to make the tackle? Unbelievable. Alan Bailey. Think about that possession for the Falcons defense. Bailey has 2 sacks, a strip fumble, And he makes a tackle for loss on the screenplay. Alan Bailey single-handedly forcing the Jaguars to punt from deep in their own territory. Falcons get the kickoff, or the punt return, back, and they take it to the 40-yard line. That's where Matty Ice will take over. Let's look at Matt Ryan's stats for the year. A slightly disappointing season for Matt Ryan this year. 27 touchdowns, but 15 interceptions. Not the kind of ratio you want to see in this point in Matt Ryan's career. Would the Jaguars love those stats? Oh, you better believe it. But for Matt Ryan, I'm sure that's a disappointing season. One of the reasons why they probably missed the playoffs. First down, and it's a draw play. And the Falcons pick up a first down. However, there is a penalty flag. And so that great pickup by Todd Gurley is going to be negated, and it's going to be 1st and 20 from the 31. Hand off to Ito Smith on the draw. Ito Smith gets a lot of yardage back. That's a nice gain of 8 yards. Matt Ryan will have it here, 2nd and 12. Under center, Matt Ryan is going to hand off to Ito Smith again, but he is stopped in the backfield. Nice play there by Jacobs, the linebacker for the Jaguars. 3rd and 15. Matt Ryan drops back to pass. He's just going to dump that off into the flat to Ito Smith. That's not going to get very much. And that's going to force the Falcons to punt. This is Ryan Allen on the punt. And Allen's going to boot this down to the 2, where Ozigbo smartly decides to let it go into the end zone. And so Minshew will pick it up there, 1st and 10 from the 20. Minshew incomplete. That ball was knocked down by the Falcons secondary. Let's take a look at the Jaguars offense. Ragtag group of offensive linemen there, led by the newly re-signed Larry Warford. And then you'll notice the injuries to the running back position. It's left the Jaguars somewhat short-manned there. 2nd and 10, the handoff to Matthew Days, who's been a pleasant surprise for this Jaguars team. He does pick up 3 yards on that run. And let's look at this Falcons defense. Anchored in the middle there with the linebackers by Deion Jones, and a very young secondary. If you look at the 3 starting corners for the Falcons, they have 1 year of NFL experience among them. A very young secondary. We'll see if Minshew tries to exploit that today. And that pass is caught by Johnson across the middle, and that's going to be a 1st down for the slot receiver for the Jaguars, Colin Johnson. Picking it up here, Jaguars 1st and 10. Another 1st down pass. And that one is to Laviska Shenault. That's going to make it 1st and 10 from midfield. Minshew on the draw play to Matthew Days. Not much running room there for Days, and that's going to make it 2nd down and 11. Minshew back to pass. He throws it across the middle. Another catch by Laviska Shenault, and that's going to make it a very manageable 3rd down and 2 for the Jaguars. Handoff is to Ozigbo. Nice run there for Divine Ozigbo, and he picks up the 1st down. Handoff is to the fullback, and that is Sam Rogers picking up 1 yard, maybe 2. On the play, it's going to make it 2nd and long. Play action pass for Gardner Minshew. He throws it. That is caught by Laviska Shenault, and he's got the 1st down and more, all the way down to the 23. Laviska Shenault with already 3 receptions in the 1st quarter, looking to be more in this offense. Stretch play to Ozigbo. He picks up a couple yards there. And that's going to make it 2nd down and 4. And the closing seconds here in the 1st quarter. Handoff is to Ozigbo again. He picks up maybe a ½ yard. And I believe that's going to take us to the end of the 1st quarter. As we've said many times this year, a defensive struggle as the Jaguars and Falcons enter the 2nd quarter scoreless. All right, picking it up here in the 2nd quarter, 3rd down and 5. Minshew making some changes at the line of scrimmage. He drops back to pass, and he dumps it off to Baugh, the tight end, the 3rd tight end for the Jaguars, Marcus Baugh, and he picks up a 1st down. 1st and 10 from the 12. Handoff is to Ozigbo, And he's got a good 7 to 8 yards, but that's probably because there was a hold on the play. And that's going to be against the right tackle, Juwan Taylor, for the Jaguars. That's going to cost him. That's going to be at 1st and 19. Minshew back to pass, and he is going to be brought down hard. The Falcons send the blitz, and that is going to be their 3rd sack of the day. And we're only starting the 2nd quarter. Let's watch the replay on this. Minshew drops back to pass. And forgive me if I don't say this name right, but for Olaquon with the sack. I'm sure I butchered both his first and last name. And an incomplete pass there is going to make it 3rd and long. That pass was as bad as my pronunciation of that Falcons player. 3rd and 26. Speaking of things that look bad, that pass from Gardner Minshew was horrible, and that's going to set up a field goal for Matthew McCrane from 45 yards out. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Where will the Jaguars be this year without Matthew McCrane? So after a touchback on the ensuing kickoff, Falcons have the ball at the 25. That pass is to number 12 for the Falcons. That would be Bruce Ellington. That's going to make it 2nd and 6. Matt Ryan dumps it across the middle. That was to Ito Smith, and Ito Smith has the 1st down for the Falcons. And that's going to make it 1st and 10. Under 5 minutes to play here in the 2nd quarter. And the Ice back to pass, and he's got a 1st down and more. Nice reception there by Bruce Ellington. But Ellington looks hurt. Looks like he's holding his right calf. There you may have to take him into the locker room, or at least get him stretched out. Yeah, it looks like they're going to take him to the locker room. 1st down and 10 for the Falcons. Handoff is Ito Smith. And Ito Smith is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Nice tackle there by Josiah Scott, the cornerback for the Jaguars. 2nd and 10. Matt Ryan drops back to pass. He throws it to Ito Smith, breaks the tackle, and he picks up 4 yards there. Maybe 4 to 5 yards. That's going to make a 3rd and mid-range, probably 4.5, 5 yards. And that is caught for the 1st down by the Falcons. That was caught by Calvin Ridley, the first time we've called his name today. Falcons driving. Penalty flag on the play. That is a reception for now to Julio Jones. First time we've called his name. However, that's going to be a holding call on their right guard, Brandon Fusco. After the penalty, we had a 1st and 20. And Ito Smith picks up 8 yards back to make this a more manageable 2nd and 12. Fake on the draw play action, thrown across the middle. That's going to be a 1st down to Calvin Ridley, the 2nd time he's caught a ball on this drive. And that gives the Falcons a 1st down again, and they are driving for at least a field goal. Matt Ryan back to pass. He's going to dump it off, and that is an ill-timed route there, and that's going to make it 2nd and 10. They were on 2 different planes of thought there. Ito Smith makes a nice juke move and cuts in for a 1st down, 11-yard pickup for Ito Smith. That was a sweet juke there, making the Jaguars defense look bad, and that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning and a very low 3-0 score. And it's going to be 1st and goal for the Falcons after that wonderful run by Ito Smith. Matt Ryan dumps it off to Ito Smith again, and he's going to be tackled for a very short gain. Nice tackle there by the Jaguars defense. 2nd and goal, and that ball is going to be caught for the touchdown. That went to Hayden Hurst, the tight end for the Falcons, and he is going to spike it emphatically, and that's going to give the Falcons the late 2nd quarter lead. Let's watch the replay. Nobody within 3 yards of Hayden Hurst on that, and that's going to give the Falcons the 7-3 lead. Get up here with just a minute and a half to go in the 1st half. Ozigbo brings it out to the 24-yard line, where the Jaguars will have the ball and 3 timeouts left with just a minute and a half to go. How will they play this? Minshew's going to scramble out, and he's going to throw it, and that's going to be incomplete on the play-action pass. And that's going to make it 2nd down and 10. Minshew back to pass. He's going to scramble. He's going to get rid of it. He was wise to throw it away there, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Jaguars have to be careful here. If they don't get a first down, they're going to give the Falcons the ball back with some time remaining. Minshew pump action, and he throws it, and it is caught by one of his favorite targets. We said that a lot this year. The tight end for the Jaguars, Josh Oliver, picks up a huge first down, and that puts the Jaguars at midfield with just a minute and 15 to go and 2 timeouts remaining. After the timeout, another pass to Josh Oliver and another first down, and that puts the Jaguars in field goal range, and they're going to go into the hurry-up as the clock is just nearing the 50-second mark. Minshew barks out the orders. He is going to dump it off, and that's going to be to Colin Johnson for short of the first down, and they're going to go into the hurry-up again. 2nd and 2. That was an 8-yard completion. Minshew calls out the play to make it a quick change. 25 seconds left to go on the clock. Minshew drops it off again to Josh Oliver. Oliver has a first down and more, and the Jaguars will call timeout with 21 seconds to go and 1 timeout remaining. They're all the way down to the 12. They at least want to make sure they get a field goal here. Minshew back to pass, and that is going to be incomplete. I don't think Colin Johnson was ready for the pass. He had a little bit of arm action going on with the Falcon defender there. Tied up just a little bit. Threw off the timing. 2nd down and 10. Minshew back to pass. Minshew's going to drop it off to Matthew Days. Days smartly gets out of bounds at the 6-yard line. Just in time for a 3rd and 4 with 14 seconds to go. Minshew back to pass. He's going to throw it on a slant, and that is a touchdown! Laviska Shenault, his first touchdown of the year. It's hard to believe it took until the 15th game of the season for the Jaguars, but their rookie Laviska Shenault gets his first touchdown of his NFL career, and then he enjoys the spike with the left hand, and that's worth another replay. That ball takes some punishment on the spike. And Laviska Shenault gives the Jaguars the 10-7 lead, assuming this extra point goes in, and it does. And with 11 seconds to go in the first half, the Jaguars have taken the 10-7 lead. Looks like the Falcons here are going to be happy with just running a play, probably a run play, and taking it to the end of the half. And that is the case. Allison runs it for 2 yards, and that's going to take us to the end of the first half, where the Jaguars, with the same score they had last game, they have a 10-7 lead going into halftime. Well, let's take a look at the first half numbers. Jaguars leading, surprisingly, in passing yards. Let's look around the NFL and other action. Let's go out to the state of... Where are we going? We're going to the state of Tennessee, where the Titans are trailing the Saints by 10, nearing the end of the first half. Drew Brees with 2 touchdown passes today. Tannehill throwing in 1 for the Titans. In other action in the NFL, let's go up to California, getting action between the Rams and the 49ers. In that case, in a battle for wild card hopefuls, the Rams have the 10-0 early lead as that's getting ready to end the first half. And one more score we're going to look at in Tampa Bay, the Texans are trailing the Buccaneers 10-3 in a battle of 8-5 teams, both looking to make the playoffs. Hello everyone, and welcome to the second half of the Jaguars-Falcons game. Once again, I need to apologize. We had some technical difficulties. I recorded the first half, and then I stopped to finish watching the rest of the Cardinals-Cubs baseball game. And when I came back, I thought for sure that I hit the record button on the game, and clearly I did not. So let me just briefly explain what happened in the game. We went into halftime with a 10-7 lead. We proceeded to get another field goal to go up 13-7 and stop the Falcons, and had the ball back in the third quarter up by 6, and Gardner Minshew threw an interception. The Falcons went down and scored and took a 14-13 lead. And that took us all the way to the fourth quarter, and it was kind of back and forth with the defenses once again, and then the Falcons got a late score to go up 21-13. I had the ball back with, 2 minutes to go and couldn't score. And so the Falcons went on to win 21-13. Minshew ended up with 255 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Oliver ended up with 4 catches for 82 yards for us. And we had Shenault with 4 catches for 40 yards and a touchdown. Once again, I apologize for not having the second half. I wish I could have showed it to you because once again it was another close game for the Jaguars. But that Minshew interception, it was his only one of the game. And if you look at Minshew's numbers lately, he's only had two interceptions in the last 3 games, which is really good for him. Unfortunately, the interception that he did throw was costly, and the Jaguars lose the game and fall to 4-11. So for those of you that were worried that we were falling away from the Trevor Lawrence sweepstakes, well, I guess that's it. This is good news for you. As far as the head coach approval ratings, this game was worth a 5 to the media approval, and since we lost the game, we're going to drop down to 50 for the media. Once again, I apologize for losing the footage for the second half. However, for those of you that are watching still, thank you so much for your patience and understanding. This is the first time I've ever recorded something like this, a series like this, so I'm still learning the ropes on how to record in the PlayStation, and I'll try to make sure that doesn't happen anymore. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and tell a friend. While we sometimes don't always have the footage for you, we are having fun with the Jacksonville Jaguars franchise. And next week, we have the final game of the season as we prepare to see where we will be drafting. Will we be able to get Trevor Lawrence? We are definitely in the competition for that. Definitely for probably the top 5. So we'll have to wait and see next week. Thank you so much for watching, and have a nice day.